everyone, welcome to Jacob's Quest, and today I just finished watching episode 4 of Star Wars Visions Volume 2. Okay, for some reason I couldn't think about that. Alright, so episode 4 is called I Am Your Mother by Aardman Studios, and this is the one that reminded me greatly of Wallace and Gromit. I don't know if that's the same studio, I should probably look that up, but in any case, it's very much Wallace and Gromit, the Star Wars episode. This is the one that has been so far the most cartoony of them all. Like this legitimately could have been a Nickelodeon show back in the day. And yeah, it was just a fun little adventure with a lot of little tiny Easter eggs. You know, it's nothing that takes itself too seriously. It has Wedge Antilles, which is pretty cool. Also, it's funny that the one that's the most cartoony is also the one that has the most direct, like, actual references to, you know, the canon that we know. So that was interesting, you know, because like the rest of the other ones have been like somewhat serious, but they're also so standalone and it's kind of like their own thing. But this one's like, well, here's Wedge Antilles, here's a Mandalorian reference. She uses a Mandalorian helmet as like a welding visor. You know, and that was the other thing, is like, this is such a goofy episode where like I want to say one of the kids tries to, like, oh yeah, that lady's such a, and then before he can say, you know, the curse word, the Wookiee growls and stuff like that. It's pretty funny. But yeah, just this girl wants to go on a race, but her mom is so embarrassing. And before the race starts, here comes her mom saying like, oh, you forgot your lunch. And like, their shuttle is like such a, it's just such a piece of crap that like everyone laughs at it. And of course you have like the other racer rival who's like the pompous rich people who have like this really nice looking racing starfighter. So they go on this race, and then of course the bad guys, the rival there, they're cheating. Of course they are, right? They're very Sebulba. They actually start blasting the other ships, and the thing that they blast them with is what got like this audible laugh from me, where when this little compartment opens up, and on the little mechanical arm is a teeny tiny little Death Star. And the Death Star even does like the tri-beam like laser that the Death Star does, just to hit the other ships and knock them off course, which I thought that was hilarious, because it's just such a, like, this is definitely just a Nickelodeon cartoon. And yeah, they end up winning the race, you know, just barely. And then, you know, it's like, oh, you're a little bit embarrassing. She's like, oh, of course I am, I'm your mom, that's, you know, that's my job. And it's just like a happy little thing, you know, so nothing too dramatic in this one, which it's definitely like, you know, I'm glad we're getting sort of a variety in the shift here, because like the last couple have been like, you know, somewhat serious, more dramatic, you know, and this one's very much like this one reminded me of not Star Tours, oh my gosh, what was it called? There was a comedy, oh, Detours, Star Wars Detours. It was something that George Lucas was producing, I want to say back like in 2010 or something like that. It might have been with Seth Green, the Robot Chicken team. And it was basically just going to be like a self-parody comedy show where, you know, they're kind of just making fun of canon, the events. You can even see some clips of it online. I want to say Weird Al had a cameo in one of these. You know, it was just kind of, it was going to be like Star Wars kind of making fun of itself a little bit, which I'm always down for. I love the Robot Chicken stuff. I've seen the Family Guy stuff, you know, like when they do like these team ups, or when they did them back in the day where, you know, they'd allow themselves to be parodied a little bit. It was always really fun. And, you know, I think that's when like you see some people online complain about like, well, you know, they don't like it when Star Wars makes fun of itself, or when it's goofy and silly. It's like George Lucas had no problem with kind of poking fun at themselves, you know. He was gonna make a whole show about that, you know. So in fact, I hope that one day we get that Star Wars Detour show, you know, released. I mean, they have, I believe they said that they have like 14 episodes of it just just sitting in a vault somewhere. Like, they're already done. They've been done for years, you know. So this very much reminded me kind of that. You know, this was like a little kid's version of that, but you know, I'm okay with Star Wars being silly and Star Wars being like just simple little tales sometimes, you know, like it doesn't have to always be so serious. So yeah, this was fun, just a fun little adventure. Definitely reminded me of a Nickelodeon show or something. Yeah, let me know what you guys think, and I'll see you guys on the next one.